Good morning. Today is October the 12th, 2022. Quick, I know I said I wasn't going to do a update, but I'm doing better today than I was last night, so that's a good thing. Maybe you'll see me in 2 weeks, maybe it'll be a half year, depending on how it's going. If it's going like today, then I'll see them in a half year. If it's going the way it was last night, they'll be seeing me in 2 weeks. But that's it. That's my update. It's all going pretty good as far as it goes. Well, I guess I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a spiel in the sense of my roommate, and you can tell by the expression on his face. My roommate noticed more movement in the eye, which is a great thing. The I think I already told you the generally physical element of the operation healing is going very well. As far as it just hit me now. I'm actually not feeling much discomfort. Yeah, it's got the patch on, but when I wasn't wearing the patch, just my glasses, the eyelash is gone. For what it's worth. At least that's how it feels, if you know my reference on that. So yeah, the redness is going away. The movement is starting to be more noticeable on the daily. And like I said, the expression on his face yesterday kind of made my day, to tell the truth, because it was I was having a really bad. I did errands and pushed myself yesterday, so that always contributes to my general well being. But anyways, the look on his face about wow, you're really improving. Really made my day, my evening. It went well. I'm smiling, so it's a good. The one thing that's kind of on my mind today, it just sort of hit me, and I thought I'd spiel it out to you. For some reason, I had a friend. We've been pretty good friends over the past decade, let's say. Never best friends, but good enough friends. The one thing I really enjoyed about him is he's kind of very opposite of me. You name a political position, he's on the right, I'm on the left. Yeah, I'm on the yeah, right. Sorry. When I say the left, I mean actually center left. I mean that's just me, but he's actually right to maybe inching towards the center, but not by much. But that's actually okay by me. I take people for what they are. The one thing I really enjoyed about him, by the way, is his interest in the debate, and that's something that I'm totally into. Only because I have my position, it doesn't mean that my position is concrete. In some elements, yes, but in most elements, I'll hear you out, and maybe you'll put something in a way I hadn't thought of before, or hopefully, I can put something in a way that they hadn't thought of before, and maybe, and it's not an intent, but maybe minds can be changed. I've been on the receiving end of that, and actually on both ends, where I believed in one thing, someone made an argument, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I actually agree with you, and what the hell was I thinking about when I was thinking of it? But you know what I mean. Anyways, I really enjoyed that he was interested in the to and fro of debate, rhetoric, that kind of stuff. Anyways, over the past year, we've been drifting. My condition has something to do with it in that I'm not as good as I'm not doing as well. It seems like every year it's kind of getting worse, and then of course the eye and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so from my end, there have been more times than not where I was invited to do something and I actually couldn't. I didn't have the physicality, so they did. It's amongst their friends and all that kind of stuff. But and they got in with a new crowd of friends, which is fine by me, because none of my business, right? Like you do you, I do me, and that's it. Of course, the new friends were taking whatever time we did have away from the time that we did have, and inevitably that leads to drift. I mean, that's the way I was looking at it. It is what it is, and everything's fine as far as I was concerned. We still had our to and fro's when we got together. Sometimes, as is the case with us, sometimes they got really contentious, and sometimes we really needed a break. But on the whole, it was fine. It was more positive than negative. Let me put it that way. And then all of a sudden, I was in my position of getting the operation. And the only way I can think of what happened, if I can reflect on it, is that what I was going through was life changing. I'm going from the way I lived for over 58 years to a whole new visual reality. Not only that, it's also a cosmetic. It always bothered me that I had a hinky eye, and because everyone pointed it out to me, and I saw it every morning in the mirror. So, anyways, and of course, I think I already told you guys, but just to remind you, I was going through a bunch of conflicting emotions. I was at once anxious but excited. I was fearful but hopeful. But and it wasn't extremes. It was just like all of a sudden I watched a YouTube video on what the operation is actually going to be, and that's when the anxiety hit or the fear because oh my god. And then of course the stats of 50% chance of success never sat well with me. But I was hopeful, and I still am, of course, and so far so good as far as that goes. I guess, so during this period, for some reason, this friend of mine was jealous. I don't know. There are elements, and Lord knows why. There are elements, for instance, that I lost the weight. That's really, according to him, it really bothers him. And he's very jealous. He'll tell me, but I think that's more of an honest to and fro. He shouldn't be, but it is what it is. And all I can do is give him advice on what I would do and what I did. And then he gets frustrated because he can't do what I did because of his situation. The way he's wired, I guess that's the only way I can put it. But it doesn't matter. Like I totally say, if you're I was gonna say if you're healthy, it's a great, but I'm not 100% sure that needing a BiPAP for when you sleep is necessarily healthy. But it's okay. At least there's a BiPAP machine, right? Anyways, for whatever reason, he decided that I needed drama to add to my to my upcoming operation. Like literally 2 days before, he starts picking fights. And he's like, excuse me, what are you kind of doing? Like what? And then he'd ignore me, and he'd come back with more argumentative. And it's like, you gotta give me space, man. What are you doing? Like I get, like, again, the only thing I'm assuming, if I had to guess what was going on, is that something major is happening to me, so therefore it's bad for him. I don't know. I really don't know because as far as I can tell, he's also going through some major changes in his life, which will inevitably the fact that we're no longer friends, and like I said, we were never best friends. We were good friends, but we were no longer going to be good friends because his time is now going to be taken up a lot with a whole new project that he's embarking on, and that's a great thing. I'm positive about it. I wish him luck. I still wish him luck. But the picking of the fight, it's like, why would you do this? To me, it's so bizarre. Other than he wants to. I don't know. It's bizarre. That said, I'll wrap this up because it's a little bit of a rant, but I don't mean it that way. I'm ready to move on. I have too much on my plate as is that I can't worry about someone else who is not interested in being there for me. That's the way I see it. I mean, it's so interesting because that's the way I see it. It's like instead of positivity, I was getting not so much positivity. Let me put it that way. But that said, it's all good. I'm actually in a funny way, I'm better that we're no longer friends. And I don't mean that in a negative, like, there's no anger, there's no missing, there's no pining that, oh, what once was. No, because from my perspective, the way I see it is he is embarking on a whole new direction in life, and it's a great direction for him. It's something he's always wanted, and now it's happening for him, and I couldn't be happier for him. Sadly, I just don't think he's so happy for me, and if he was, he's having a hell of a time showing it. But that's my take, anyways. Anyways, a bit of a longer one. I didn't expect it to be so long. Needed a little bit of background for what I was going into. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day.